All right, so this video is going to go over the parts of the neuron model. So starting here, these white structures here are extensions of the cell body are called the dendrites, and they are going to be the receiving parts of the neuron. This main area here is called the soma. Inside the soma, we have the nucleus, and I can see a nucleolus in there. And then everything between the outer membrane of the soma and the nucleus is called the perikaryon. And remember, that means around the nucleus. Okay, so there's one long process that would continue on. This is the sending part of the neuron called the axon. And on this model, it's split. It ends here, and then it picks up over here and shows you an axon continuing like that. Okay, so where it branches off the soma and becomes the axon, this big funnel-shaped area is called the axon hillock. And we'll learn in our lecture class how this is actually a giant calculator. The very first part of the axon is known as the initial segment. All right, now as the axon continues, you see that it gets surrounded by these cell layers. So if it's in the central nervous system, it would be an oligodendrocyte would wrap itself around, and we call this a myelin sheath. All these layers right here. This is the myelin sheath. In the peripheral nervous system, it is created by these cells that are represented on this model, which are Schwann cells. So notice for the test, if I point at the layers, you would say myelin sheath. If I ask what cell this is, you would respond Schwann cell. Now, between Schwann cells, there are going to be gaps in the myelin sheath, like here, and that is going to be called the node of Ranvier. And as we learn in lecture class, that's how we're going to be able to achieve saltatory conduction. Okay, and then we have the coverings. So, around the outside of the entire neuron is a connective tissue sleeve represented by this little net-like structure here. That is called the endoneurium. And then we have the surface of the Schwann cell. That is called the neurolemma. And then we have the surface of the axon itself. That is called the axolemma. So axolemma, neurolemma, endoneurium. Those are all the parts of the neuron model.